Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. And as you guys have seen previously on the Jeep, we did some headlights on there. And now today, we're going to swap out the tail lights. We got some $100 Amazon specials. And we are going to find out if they're worth the $100 and how easy they are to install. Alright, you guys, so now we're going to get into the installation part of the tail lights. So first things first, we just need a Phillips screwdriver. And as you can see here, we have 4 Phillips heads. And we're going to take all those out and replace them with these new ones. And if you look inside here, we have these brackets that are actually going to hold this resistor on. And those resistors take a tiny Phillips head and a tiny nut. So we have our Phillips head, and for that nut I have a small pair of vice grips and a little wrench. And I'll see which one works best for the application. So let's go ahead and remove these, and then I'll show you how easy it is to slap the new ones on. So like I said, to take these off, it's super simple. We got our Phillips screws, and those just come out like that. This would be a lot easier with like a drill or a small impact, but you know, I like to do these easy DIYs with stuff that most people have laying around their house, you know. Okay, those are removed, and now we come to our main harness, and it's as easy as clicking that in and pulling it apart. And luckily the new one is a nice plug-and-play application, so it'll plug right in to the old harness, so you're not splicing wires or anything like that. It makes it super simple. So now that we got that figured out, let's go on to these brackets that are going to mount that resistor, and I'll show you guys how to do that real fast. Alright you guys, now before I bolt that resistor on, I actually want to show you the back of these tail lights. They're actually pretty nice, labeled right hand, left hand, and the quality of all these clips and the plastic that they use is similar to the OEM, which is pretty impressive considering the price. I just want to point that out really quick because usually when you get this Amazon stuff, it's kind of cheap. You can tell by the materials that it's not the best made quality, but looking at these, it's actually surprisingly pretty nice. Okay, so now we're going to mount up these little L brackets. These are for the resistors. Like I said before, we have 2 tiny Phillips screws and 2 of these tiny little nuts. So you just drop those in there, you line up the holes, you get this started. And get this one started. A little tricky, it's a tight area. There we go. Okay, and I found that these nuts being so tiny, it was easy to just grab them with a little pair of vice grips to hold them in place and tighten it up. On the back one, same thing, just tighten it up. And now you guys are probably wondering what these little clips are for. We're going to go ahead and put them both onto here. And then we're going to have these 2 openings, so when we come over to the Jeep and you look inside of here, we have this seam. So what we're going to do is get that, and we're going to put it into the seam. So it's out of the way, it's nice and tucked up. And then like the last one, it just clips in. Make sure you listen for that click so you know it's hooked up properly. You can go ahead and shove your wires in. And I did notice the Phillips screws that came with the kit do not fit that thread pattern. So just go ahead and take your old hardware and get those started in there. And then just go ahead and tighten it up. And I'm sure the video is going to make it a lot longer than it really is, but if you guys knew what you were doing and you had some simple tools. This really would just take maybe 5 minutes worth of work. It's a super easy setup, and that's what I really appreciate about this kit. I know some having these LED lights make you splice into some wires and whatnot, but this one made it super easy, plug and play, and that's what I like to see on this kind of stuff. All right, tightened up. So there we are. And with this being Desiree's Jeep, what do you think?
I think they look way better.
So that's number one approval, is we have Desiree's approval on the tail lights. So now that those are installed, let's go ahead and start up the Jeep and make sure they function as they should. Reverse. So that's the installation, and now, like we usually do, let's go ahead and find a cool place that we can stare at these things. That was a super easy install, and the difference between these and the stock ones are night and day. I'm actually really impressed for the money on these things. It's actually a really good quality taillight. What do you think of the look?
I think they look way better, way less cheesy, and I like that they're like kind of blacked out.
Yeah, they do have a really cool smoked look. Right now we have the running light on, and when we turn everything off, you can see it's pretty much blacked out, which is super cool. And not only are these taillights an upgrade looks wise, but since it's LED, now your brake lights are brighter and your reverse lights are brighter. So that's two more safety features that are now enhanced, which is kind of cool, as well as the look. But just let me know down below if you guys would get some of these, and if you have some, let me know how long they've lasted you. So far I love them. I think they go really good with the headlights and the dark colors of the Jeep. But I think that's gonna do it for this video, and I thank everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and we'll catch you on the next adventure.